Welcome everyone to South Puget Sound High School and another night of Friday Night Football. We're happy to be coming to you live to this evening on SKTV, Wave Digital Cable Channel 205, and we're also streaming this game live in high definition on YouTube. You can find the link on the game by going to the school district homepage, click on SKTV. Tonight the Wolves take on the Bellarmine Lions. I'm Leela Doe, and joining me in the booth tonight is Brian Pickard, Phil Nenninger, and Greg Pickard. Before we carry on any further, we'd just like to give you the color guard for tonight.
Tonight's color guard is Cadet Colin Ruane, Caleb Purdom, Darby Thompson, and Joshua Hooker. And that was South Kitsap Band bringing you the national anthem. So, Lee, what do you think is going to happen in tonight's game? This is a tough Bellarmine team.
Well, my understanding is talking to Coach Kralik, he's feeling confident. He's always feeling confident. And you would look at Bellarmine's record, and it could be slightly inflated, I guess, for a better terminology. Some of the games that they've played, and some of their scores they've been playing, some of these teams who haven't had full squads. So tonight we have our team, and we're at full strength, so it's going to be an interesting match.
So the team captains are out there for the coin toss, Bellarmine obviously being the visitors here. And if you're South Kitsap, Brian, do you think offense, defense first if you win the toss?
I think you take that ball and let's get on the scoreboard first mentality.
Well, I know I had to do a lot of reading about some of these games lately because I've been out of the country, but seems to me like we're still having some problems on defense, keeping the scores down. When you put up 60 points on offense, I was excited to see that, but you would have thought we would have won the game. But we had a state record set against us in scoring touchdowns, and that actually made Sports Illustrated this week.
I actually don't even know what to say. That I'm sort of a little bit speechless. You gentlemen had just told me that about 5 minutes ago before we went on air. So, it's great that high school's making Sports Illustrated, but unfortunately it was against the South Kitsap Wolves. So I think that's probably the sad part about it.
Yeah, I think the focus of that comment was in the South Kitsap has chosen to receive the ball. So that was a good prediction by somebody a minute ago. Oh, that was me, wasn't it? Anyway, the focus was more on that quarterback from Puyallup, who he's headed to play at that next level and probably a very high level. So, but it was kind of made me swallow hard reading about being 10 touchdown passes against South Kitsap High School.
So South Kitsap will receive and we'll get our offense on the field, and that seems to be the strong point of this team. We are able to put up points if we can get going early and going strong and be consistent. I think, we have a chance against this team.
Yeah, let's just hope that, like you both already have said, we can just get on the board straight away. I think that will not just, it's, I guess, a bit of a cliche. It's obviously going to bode well for the offense, but I think that's going to help our defense out as well. Maybe that'll just get them relaxed a little bit, and they won't feel so under pressure that they have to stop everything straight away.
Well, the kids tonight the South Kitsap kids seem real eager. They came running out in the field hard. They're kids on the sideline waiting for the kickoff. They're clapping their hands and talking it up a little bit, and the kids on the receiving team, they're set to go. They're ready. They look like they're fired up. I think we're going to see a good game tonight.
And this is one of the few rivalries we have left from the old Narrows League. We lost a lot of these rivalries in the last few years to teams either dropping down to 3A or changing leagues. So this is a familiar foe for South Kitsap.
Well, it looks like here comes the kick, and the game is getting started. Short kick, fields at about the 13-yard line.
Bring up the left-hand side, and that was Isaiah Bird on the return, and get it over to 20. So, decent field position for South at the 23-yard line. Or, I'm sorry, 28-yard line.
So we'll work through our offensive starters. We have number 11, senior Isaiah Bird. Number 13, Deshaun Keel, who's a sophomore. He actually plays both ways as a starter. Welcoming back number 14, Siosi Soto. He is a senior.
South tries the middle of that Bellarmine line for no gain.
Number 27, senior Eli Wattrey. He's our running back. We have Isaiah Davis, a junior running back. We have Jacob Miller, outside.
So path play, short pass for South, out to about the 32-yard line, complete to number 27.
Yep, I apologize. We have number 52, Jacob Miller. We have number 55, Jager Berisham. He's a senior. Number 56, Jared Gregerson, senior. 61, Kenny Staffney, who is a senior. 67, Michael Major, senior. And number 81, Quinn Ogan, who is a junior.
So South has their first third down, 3rd and 4. Quick out to the left-hand side of the field. Nice cut by the back. And gets first down for South Kitsap at the 40.
I believe that was number 10, Garrison Glisson, who has been the stand-in quarterback when Siosi got injured. Who did a pretty good job, I have to say.
Yeah, back at his normal position. It's good to see quarterback back and back at full strength. Little pitch out to the right. Nice cut by the running back. And now bring out to the outside, and South is moving. We're down to the 45 of Bellarmine.
I like that play. That was effective. He got that corner fast and brought it up, and looks like another first down.
And we have a flag on the play. We have holding against South Kitsap. That's a shame. Looks like it was on the other side of the field. Let's go and bring it back.
And that was a good little run from Jeffrey Williams there.
He hit that and turned the corner and took it up. Would have had a first down, but that's all coming back.
Well, they're talking to South, which I'm not real sure why they'd be talking to the South captain if the penalty is against South, but that's what they indicated at first. So.
Now we got one of our players pointing to the defense, saying it's a hold on the defense.
So here comes the signal. We have holding against the defense.
Well, obviously they're going to decline that, Phil.
And we're going to have first down on, looks like about the 46-yard line. So that was a pickup of about 14, I think.
About 14 yards. I'm a little surprised they can't accept that and tack that on to the end of the run. That's what I thought was the normal policy here, but we'll take it either way. We're on Bellarmine's side and we're moving the ball. That's what we need to be doing. Bird in motion, handoff is to Isaiah Bird, going around the left-hand side and like a jet sweep type play for about 4 yards. South does not appear to be running their offense as fast as they normally do. Normally their up-tempo is they'd be snapping the ball by now, and they're still getting the play in from the coaches. So I'm not sure why we decided to slow it down a little bit.
Well, I was talking to Coach last couple of days, and he said he was just going to slow things down just to give the kids a chance, get into the game. Just
Some nifty footwork right there, but only resulted in about a 2-yard gain.
That's a nice little run. Could have been for a loss, so I agree. That was nice to turn something into nothing. Nothing into something.
Got 3rd and about 3.
Another handoff up the middle. This one bounces outside. That's Isaiah Davis. Bounces even more. Gets a block. Down inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. Nice run by Isaiah Davis.
He was stopped at the line. He bounced out to the left side, made a nice couple of moves, and how many yards we gained there, Phil?
And that was about 17 yards. So they're marking at the 19. South ball, 1st and 10. Nice look, pass out, overshot the receiver. You like that play, you had 1st down. You've been moving the ball, doing a lot of runs. It's a good time, I think, take a shot.
Yeah, I would say I think that was pretty good coverage by number 23, Isaiah Connor, for Bellarmine there.
So South is 2nd and 10 from the 19 in this pistol formation they run.
I think we have ourselves a 5-yard penalty.
I saw movement. I'm just not sure if anybody in Bellarmine jumped off too, but
No, I think that's what I'm saying. I apologize. I think it was encroachment.
okay. Yep, dead ball encroachment against Bellarmine, so that'll make it 2nd and 5 from the 14.
Thinking that's probably changed the play on Coach Krolak's behalf there.
So Wolves are on the move. This is a great opening drive so far. Little pitch out to left-hand side. Again, this is Isaiah Davis. Hits the hole, gains about 3 yards, which we'll take on 2nd and 5. Makes it 3rd and 2, so kind of leaves everything open.
I'm going to assume this is probably going to be 4-down territory for Coach Krolak anyway. He's not one for kicking, as we've seen in recent games, so I think he's going to try and get 6 on the board.
We've already got about 40 yards rushing this drive, so that in of itself is a great way to start.
So
It's open, and he's in the end zone.
That's a touchdown South gets at.
So that's COC right there, our QB, who's just come back from injury, getting on the scoreboard, and that's a great drive from South Kitsap.
What a great way to start the game.
Well, this is nice to see. I'm sorry, Phil. I think we're so used to seeing the Wolves going for 2. It's nice to see that we're going to go ahead and just try and get that extra point.
Harrison's on for to kick the extra point. And it's good.
Now, how does that look, gentlemen? South Kitsap 7, Bellarmine 0. 8:29 left in the first quarter. Can we just stop the game now?
I'm interested to see what our defense can do. So,
It's one of the first times that our defense is going on the field, and at least at home, and not being behind right away. So certainly, has to be a great feeling for them to go out there and, if they stop, the offense can score. We got a replay of that touchdown coming up.
And
sorry, we have a technical issue there, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we can get that resolved.
So South is lining up to kick off, and Bellarmine is lining up to receive. Back for Bellarmine is looks like number 31. I'm sorry. So that's Thomas, and number 13, which is Brown, back for Bellarmine. Line up about the 10-yard line. South gets up, getting ready to kick off.
good kick down to about the 9-yard line.
Return the ball, going up the right-hand side, and nice return, bringing out to about the 40-yard line. So Bellarmine will start 1st and 10 at the 40, and that was number 31, Thomas for Bellarmine.
And I think that shows you right there why Coach Krolak will tend to kick the ball onside. If we're going to lose that much yardage, it's sort of the case of let's try and see if we can get the ball ourselves if we're going to get it there anyway.
So Bellarmine's got 1st and 10 from their own 40. We'll see how South's defense stands up here.
Shift 2 guys over to the left side of the line.
So run over to that left side, and South does a good job getting on it and hold it to about 3-4 yards.
You know, that was a great opening drive by the Wolves. They had 3 first downs, had a little over 60 yards of total offense, and 3 third down conversions. So, you know, I think Coach will take that.
So Bellarmine is second and a long 6. Pass play coming up, short stop. It's complete, out to the 50, and it's going to be close to a first down.
So 2 weeks ago, Brian, you remember when you saw Coach Scarlett on the field, a little bit animated with one of the referees out there, and the reason behind that is if you notice tonight, our defense is not moving around. You know how last week, I apologize, 2 weeks ago, they were trying to anticipate the snap. Well, that's not how the referees interpret that. They interpret that as they're trying to have their offense false start. It's unsportsmanlike.
Interesting.
They're trying to simulate the snap. You can only simulate the snap by vocally simulating it. Coach Carlick tried explaining that, but they just wouldn't have it.
And that's a first down for Bellarmine. I can remember a couple years ago a defensive end who used to start about two yards back and jump a yard and draw the offense offside pretty regularly. I think that was Greg.
And it's something you see every day in college, you see it every day in the NFL, and you see it if you go to other high school football games. So why should it be any different?
Pass play, South has them. There's a hold.
That's
Thank
a
you.
horse collar as well. I think we might get a personal foul.
I think that or to call in the hold, that was the player who was getting held.
We had 2 Wolves back there putting a little pressure on the Bellarmine quarterback to rush that, and he threw it out of bounds.
I'm thinking it might be a horse collar.
Referees discussing. Always reminds me of that one commercial. I don't know. Did you see that call? I don't know.
I'm not sure why it takes a conference.
I totally blew that call. Oh, sorry.
So we're going to get the call here.
Yep, roughing the passer.
That's a tough call because that player was most certainly getting held. Reaches out and then pulls the quarterback down. So, to me, it probably should have been called both ways, but that's not what the officials saw, obviously. So,
So the chains move down another 15 yards, and it's a first down for Bellarmine on the, looks like about the 22-yard line.
well, it's good to see South get in, put some pressure on that quarterback. Hopefully we can keep that up and, force a turnover.
I agree, because I'll tell you what, that was a second away from a sack, really. And you said yourself you saw a hold.
So 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line.
Could do with a turnover here.
It's a run play off the left-hand side for about 7 yards. So down to the 16. So 6 yards, 2nd and 4. See if our defense can stand up to this and keep them out of the end zone.
2nd and about 4.
Met at the line. The running back does spin. Gains of right about 4. I'm not sure if he's going to get the first down or not.
You know, I'm seeing the Wolves making some great initial contact with about the line of scrimmage or so, but but so far they've been able to then, after that initial contact, pick up extra yardage, and that hurts. So we got 3rd and short.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're wrapping up and keeping the backs after we make that contact. We're getting the penetration. So 3rd and short, they are going to get the
I'm
first
not sure he
down.
got it. I don't think he got it. Hard from my vantage point, but
We're a bit of an angle up here. It's hard to. Yeah, they
They
got
They're
it.
giving it to him. So it looks like they're marking it right about the 11, so they can get a first down. But, again, South is not giving up big runs right now. So, that's good. We just need to keep on that initial contact and bring them down first. Man motion for Bellarmine. Run play to left side. There again, we have contact.
Flags coming down
we have
from the
hold.
backfield. Is that going to be defensive holding, or do you think?
No, it should be offensive holding. Run play, it's be pretty rare to get some defensive holding. I'm hoping that was a hold against Bellarmine. The refs are again conferring
Just came
here.
from the defensive backfield. That holding's usually
why-
from the offensive. That's why I'm a little bit.
I agree.
Face mask against South Kitsap. So I didn't see the.
I think it was away from the play.
So it might have been somebody getting their hands up there and against another offensive player, probably blocker.
You know, a little bit of as they're marking off the penalty here, half the distance to the goal. I'll pick this up after the next play. I'm going to talk about the field real quick.
South is really kind of hurting themselves with these penalties, giving these free first downs. So
Well, Bellarmine kind of did the same. Looks like we're we're giving it back with the penalties.
So from the 5, again off the left-hand side, that must be what they consider a strong side,
And he's in.
and he's in for a touchdown. So
And that's that was 8, 9 runs in a row there. So I don't know if that's Bellarmine's plan tonight.
and they seem to really favor that left-hand side. So that's obviously their strong side of their offensive line. So we need to kind of take that into account and maybe stack up another linebacker over there or shut that down. So out for the extra point.
We have a couple of guys that come off the edge quickly, so let's hope they can block this.
Good snap.
That's Bryce Ben Dixon getting the extra point for the Lions.
So
That'll make it
5:33.
That'll make it 7 apiece with 5:33 left in the ball game here. What I was starting to say was that last year we talked a lot about, because it was a brand new field and how wonderful it is, and it truly is. We continue to have people from all over the state as well as other states to come take a look at this field, because it's a very unique field, very, very highly rated with safety. We've got currently going on in the district, we've got some safety audits of all kinds of types of things, including the athletics and things, and they are so impressed with this field. They're all over it, taking a look at it, talking about it. Very, very impressed. We're getting high marks for taking safety as a top priority for these student athletes. Not only for football, but soccer and lacrosse and all the different teams that are using this field. So it's kind of neat to be part of that this week and hear once again what a great field we have.
Certainly beats the old one we had with that right now would probably be a mud puddle. So great at this time of year to see this. So Bellarmine kicking off. It's a returnable kick down to about the 7. And that's Isaiah Bird returning up the middle, tipping out the left-hand side. Oh, one toe tackle, and otherwise I think he was gone. So
He kept his feet moving there.
yeah,
Nice
great
re-
return
nice
though.
return. Looks
South
like he's
was
going to start on the 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
see if South can drive on down again, put some more points on the board. They'll pitch out the left-hand side. I think that's Mr. Davis again. Gains about 3 yards. So second and about 7 for South. Pass play come up for South. Quarterback's looking, running, takes off down the right-hand side.
And a flag comes down.
I was watching Siosi doing his run, so I can't tell you what the flag is actually for. But it's probably going to be a hold.
And the flag's right at the end of the play. We do have a hold against South. So it'll be 10 yards from spot to foul. So it's going to bring it back. We play second down. I don't really think we're going to lose much on yardage. So, except of course we had a first down right now.
The unfortunate thing right now is there's quite a few penalties on our side. I mean, that's what 5th or 6th penalty we've given away in the last few minutes, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking of starting the chant here, let them play, maybe? A little too soon for that, maybe. Okay, we're back at 2nd and 7.
Yeah, it looks like the result of that is we'll pick up about 1 yard. And pass play coming up again. Good coverage, and it's an interception. Bellarmine's out of bounds at the 34
I got to
yard
see.
line.
I don't even know what COC was looking at there.
No, Bellarmine's in good position. Pretty much threw it right to him. So I think he was going for Isaiah Bird a little bit deeper. I don't know if he underthrew it or.
And it's his first game back, so we'll have to give him a couple of quarters to get back into the game speed.
So Bellarmine will start at South Kitsap 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Pass play for Bellarmine, going all the way out to the right side to the same
That's
6 yards.
Christian Brown. He's a 5'10", 175 wide receiver. He's a junior.
He just had the interception too, so obviously he's going both ways. So 2nd and about 6 for the Lions. Run play off the left-hand side. South has it, brings them down. Nice tackle.
That's a great tackle. Yeah, that's number 43, Norma Padrones.
So that'll move Bellarmine back to about 3rd and 8. So let's see if our defense can stand up here and hold the Lions. If you notice, looks like we have some help on the cheerleading squad today. We have probably the Pee-wees out here with our cheerleaders too. So quick pass coming up. Nice tackle.
Oh, there's a shot there. Wolves rallied to help out their cornerback, who was holding them right where he caught the ball and didn't advance much there. So it's 4th and about 2 yard and a half.
1, I think it is.
Yeah, this is kind of no man's land. Don't know if you have a kicker who could kick this far, so Bellarmine's going to go for it. Great chance for South Kitsap defense to step up and get South the ball.
Say the quarterback's 6'5". He's a big lad. He throws a good ball.
So run play off the left-hand side. He's going to get the first down more.
And we have a flag.
So we'll see what this call is.
Right? He's pointing that number 51 had done something, so
It looks like Bellarmine may be moving back, so. Got a hold against Bellarmine, so that'll move him back 10 yards and repeat 4th down.
you always want to say, now that you're in this situation, maybe you punt it. You just punt it in the corner. But with the quarterback coming back out, that's obviously not what Bellarmine's going to do.
Well, you're back at the 33-yard line, 4th down 10. It's only, if they put it in the end zone, it's only a 13-yard change, so.
Well, if I would suggest a play action here, they have been running it off to the left. I could see play action and then throwing it to the right.
Yeah, the South Kitsap is playing pretty far off on all these receivers.
They've done that throughout. The games we've seen, he's throwing deep. Oh. And touchdown, Lions.
Nice. That was a nicely thrown ball.
It was number 13 who's got the touchdown as well, Christian Brown. He's had a couple of catches, interception, and now a touchdown. But I believe it's, again, what we've just said, and we've said this before, that they are playing so far off the receivers, if I'm not mistaken, that Christian Brown there for Bellarmine was playing in the slot, and our nearest guy was 10, 12 yards off him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Bellarmine has that much speed or if it's just a defensive philosophy, but giving people that much room, it's really hard to close that gap sometimes. So here comes the extra point.
Kicks up, and it's good. You know, to give Wolves a little bit of credit, or not credit, but defense, is that ball was caught over the middle, but I agree, you let them get a full head of steam there going without any contact, because can't you make contact within the 5 yards?
Yes, you can.
Is that true? Sometimes giving them a shot there slows them down a little bit, and they don't get a full head of steam going on them.
You know, I kind of disagree with the policy of letting the receivers run their patterns. You know, if you can put some disruption in there, that's what you got to do. You just have to do that, because otherwise you're making it like practice. I mean, you're really just they're running their patterns free and clear. You need to kind of stop that.
So I just want to say a couple of things for some more football we got coming your way. I know that Monday's a holiday, but we have the JV game that's at Bellarmine Prep, and that's the bus departs from here at 2 o'clock for the boys. And on Monday at 5 p.m., the C team is playing Bellarmine Prep at our own South Kitsap High School Kitsap Bank Stadium. So if you can make it, that'd be great. I'm sure the boys would love your support.
Well, I think important thing here is let's put together a good drive on this. Once we receive the ball and hopefully put some points on the board and get right back in this. So
this is a short kick taken at the 20.
And he's not going very far.
No, that was one of the up backs taking it down at the 23. So that was number 8. And I think that's
George Tahala.
Tahala.
You know, those up backs don't usually get a chance. They're usually the ones that are knocking people over. So it's kind of like, you know, his eyes probably got real big on that one and wanted to make something happen. But he fielded the ball nicely, and there's, you know, here we go. 1st and 10 on the 24-yard line.
So pitch out to the right-hand side to Isaiah Davis, and a tackle made, but not after a decent gain of about 5 yards. So.
Good speed on that. I think that linebacker for Bellarmine to catch him, or he probably would have been up another 5-10 yards.
And I think if we can clean up the penalties, I know that obviously we had an interception on our last drive, but if we clean up the penalties, I think we could score here.
This one's a pitch out to the left-hand side, and South's going to lose yards. That's Isaiah Davis again, but Bellarmine read that well, and we're going to lose a couple yards now. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 7. So
that time the Bellarmine tackler kind of wrote him down like it was steer wrestling or something there. Just jumped on his back and brought him down.
we got a quick timeout there by the officials for equipment on Bellarmine's side. South rolling to the right. Quarterback keeper. And that's he's going to lose yards. It's down to 20. It's going to bring him 4th and about 13, 14 yards. So I would think we're going to see a punt unit for the first time. Yeah, here comes South out to punt.
For the Lions, a loss of 7 yards. Now bring up 4th and 14. Peterson in the punt. And back punt, number 22.
You know, I don't know if our cameras can, after this punt, can get a shot of the players coming over to the monitors down on the sideline there. But this is something South does, is bring the players over so that they can learn and hopefully make some corrections.
So short punt out at the 45-yard line's out of bounds. So Once again, Bellarmine starts on South Kitsap side of the field. So about 48 seconds left in the first quarter.
We've got to reduce the penalties because that's just shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, you know, it's tough enough to play some of these good teams without doing that. And when they're marching down the field just on penalties alone, it makes it real hard. So stop a play. Official timeout. And they're taking a Bellarmine player off field. I think he's having an equipment issue. Again, if you look at where the cornerbacks are for South Kitsap, I mean, they're lining up just about 10 yards deep. So, ball's caught in front of them, pickup of 8 yards. That was the player who came on in for Jeremy had to go off with the equipment issue.
I got to say that was a pretty dang good block from number 80 for the Lions, Thomas Connolly, to give his man a couple more extra yards there.
Those Bellarmine receivers, just as we've been saying, they're open for too long.
So 2nd down 2 for Bellarmine. And it's a run play up the right-hand side.
He's going to get the first down.
Gain of 4 yards. So, yeah. That'll bring up 1st down. And that should be the last play of the first quarter.
And there you go, Phil. First quarter is done.
And Bellarmine leads South Kitsap 14-7. A little bit of summary there, thanks to statistician Greg Pickard back here. South Kitsap has about 53 yards rushing, 11 passing. And if my math is correct, that's about 64 total yards of offense. Bellarmine has 35 yards rushing and about 58 in the passing department. So, like the score says there, we got Bellarmine is leading in offense and in points.
So what's not a terrible first half for South Kitsap, first quarter rather, except for the penalties. I mean, they're really kind of killing themselves both offensively and defensively, setting themselves up for long third downs on the defense and giving away free first downs on defense. Long third downs on offense and first downs on defense, and that's just not going to get it done. I mean, you have to keep that under control.
Yeah, it's obviously stating the obvious, but they have to be far more disciplined. Like I said before, I've said it a couple times during the weeks, it's hard for me to question how you're going to run your defense, but I think it just baffles me why we're so far. I mean, this is the closest we've been to the receivers, I think, the whole game.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the cornerback on this side is even guarding. He's just out of play because there's nobody on his side. But, he's sitting back off as far enough to be a safety, and there's no receiver on his side. So that was an 11-yard gain. So it's going to be set at about the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for Bellarmine.
First and 10 for the Lions from the 23.
Run off that left-hand side for about 3 yards. So down to 19. Good job by the Wolves to stop that play.
And I think it was Jimmy Olmstead that got that tackle, so that was a good tackle right there.
Sergeant Thomas with the carry, gain of 3 yards on the play.
That brings up 2nd and 7. Again, if probably 4 down territory, but if the Wolves can stop them here, that would be certainly a win for the defense. And I do see the cornerbacks are up a bit on these receivers, which I like. Another pass play coming out, underneath man. Had a chance to tackle him, but he's going to be out at about the 4-yard line. And that'll be another first down for Bellarmine.
Got to wrap up there, Phil. We're, trying to just, arm tackle.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you see here game after game. Unfortunately, it's tackling technique is one of the things that helps you win games. And we're getting to the players. We're just not wrapping up, and we're giving up a lot of yards after contact right now, which is not helping our calls. So we have first and goal from the 4. I would anticipate a running play, probably up the left-hand side. Good job by the Wolves to stop that play. So they did wrap up that time for a loss of 1. So I'll bring up second and goal from the 5. So that was a great job. This is one of those places where you have got to be tied up on the receivers. You cannot be playing off at all. And they're uptight. Again, play off the left-hand side. And
There we go.
have them. Good job.
Nice tackle in the backfield.
Again, they're starting to wrap up and loss of 3, so it's going to bring up third and goal from the 8. So great job by the defense. And that was a pack of Wolves stopping him. So last 2 plays, we've had a loss of 1, a loss of 3. That's the direction we need to be moving. Third and goal from the 8. So we got a pass play coming. The Wolves are right on it. It's down short. It's an incomplete pass. Great job. Great pressure on the quarterback. And that brings up fourth and goal. Looks like they're going to go for a field goal. So great job by the defense inside the 5-yard line to start with.
Nathan Marin was in on the coverage. So that'll bring up 4th down and goal.
So they're going. Looks like they're going to try about a 25-yard field goal.
So the Lions will go for the field goal with Moore Irving and Ben Dixon kicking.
Watch number 2 on the edge here for.
Kick is up. The kick is good. So that brings it to 17-7 with 9:18 left in the second quarter. But I call that a win for the defense. Great job by the boys stuffing them when they had first and goal from the 4.
Yeah, one thing I noticed too about that drive was that they started to win the line of scrimmage right at the very end there. I think if they can get some pressure on that Bellarmine quarterback, things change. It's a different ball game when they're up at the line of scrimmage meeting the opponent.
Also saw some of the corners playing a little bit tighter on the receivers, which they were giving them 8 to 10 yards, and Bellarmine was just throwing short passes in front of them, and that wasn't available this time. So great job. Bellarmine's getting ready to kick off. Hopefully South can get a nice return here and put together something. It's certainly a game they are in, and they've shown they can move the ball on offense. So we just need to cut down the penalties. And
Back there with Isaiah is Connor Seaton.
And either one of those players can take this ball back. So they're up at the 15-yard line after that last short kick. So we'll see what happens. Here comes the kick. It's a high kick going to Bird at the 10. He's taking it up at the 20. Stops, brings it. Kind of ran into his own man there at the 24, trying to get outside, but can't blame him for trying to block for him. But slowing his own man down. But decent return. We're starting at 24 again. That's decent position. So.
Call me crazy, but I wouldn't mind seeing him go deep on the first play here. Hit Isaiah, well, a couple weeks ago. Listen, hit Isaiah for 2 good deep balls.
So Wolves football, 1st and 10 for
So we're 1st and 10 from 22. Pitch out, looks like a reverse to Isaiah Bird, and he's gone. Nobody's going to get him. Great job, nice call.
Unfortunately, there's a penalty on the play. We'll see what the call is.
I'm thinking it's going to be a block in the back.
And that,
However, I think one of our coaches is saying it's against Bellarmine.
that'd be too bad, because if that's a hold or something, that really would not have had an effect on the play. He was long gone. No, it's against Bellarmine, so
Yeah.
that's going to stay.
It'll be a 78-yard run by Isaiah Bird.
So that was a 78-yard run for Isaiah Bird in that reverse.
And right there's the reason why I didn't call for that long pass. Because Mr. Pickard said I was crazy.
Yeah, you know,
So it was the chop block.
I'd like to see that replay again at some point too, but you should see that down block by one of those guards. I
We're having
mean,
technical difficulties.
pushed their man across the field, probably a good 5-10 yards, easily. And again, it comes back to winning that line of scrimmage.
And, you know, that's one of those plays that only works if the coaches see that team is over pursuing, you know, and you have the speed to get around the other end. But, boy, when it works, it certainly does. And that was a great job. Great job by line. I think that kick is coming back. I think there was not a ready to play whistle blown at the time, so that'll be a redo.
Yeah, like you said, Phil, it's the coach is seeing it. And I got to tell you that Coach Kralik sees a lot out there. It's just making sure the kids can execute it. And if the kids execute it, then they're going to be far more successful. I mean, I know that's probably stating the obvious, but they do. They're giving the kids the best opportunity to score. They've just got to trust and believe in themselves as well as the coaches and what they're seeing.
So South gets the extra point, makes it 17-14, Bellarmine.
It's 8:55 to go in the second quarter.
Again, I don't know if we can see that replay or not, but some of that blocking downfield was excellent by the Wolves. It was just really nice to see. Nice executed play, nice play called. Great job, Wolves.
I think yep. Here we go. Here's the replay right now.
He just gets on outside, and you see blocking continuing on downfield. You see the Wolves down there. And Isaiah just using the speed, so.
One of the things I liked about Isaiah running on that is he didn't look back. He just kept on going.
So the defense has improved, kind of showed they can stuff Bellarmine when they wouldn't line of scrimmage. So hopefully we can do that as we come on out here and get a 3 and out and turn around and score again.
Wolves went from about having 53 yards of rushing offense to 131 yards in that one play. Kind of helps your average when you run off 78 yards.
Wolves getting ready to kick off here. And Bellarmine returning up to about the 15, 20. Fumble. And looks like the Wolves may have gotten it back. And the Wolves do have it.
They haven't. I want to say, watching Connor Seaton, I don't know if we can get a replay of that. He was flying down there, and he never gave up the pursuit. He just missed a tackle, but I just have a feeling that the ball handler knew he was there. And I think Connor might have put him off just at those last few seconds.
So the Wolves will start with excellent field position with the ball at the Bellarmine Lions 39-yard line, and chance to march on down and take the lead.
The ball is spotted at the 39-yard line. In line
1st and 10 Wolves.
1st and 10, SK.
Nice run by Isaiah Davis. Oh, and he breaks more tackles. He's down inside the 25-yard line, down to about the 23, 22-yard line.
There's 200 pounds of muscle going through you right there.
Well, they had a blitz come off that side, and they ran right inside the blitz, and that certainly helps. And that line is, again, winning that line of scrimmage, getting some holes for them. So first down, quick pass play. So incomplete. That was an attempt to, again, to Isaiah Bird. So brings up second down 10 from the 24-yard line. Run play inside. Going to get down to about the 20. I think that was 32, which is would be Jeffrey Williams carrying the ball on that one. So that's going to bring up third and about 7. Quarterback's going to keep it, running off the left-hand side for no gain, unfortunately. So that's going to bring up fourth down. There is a flag. Nope, it's
Those
no
gold
flag.
shoes you're seeing there, Phil.
So it's fourth down, about 8 yards to go. Quick pass play, quick out, but Bellarmine all over it, so South is going to turn over and down. It's too bad, wasted opportunity there, starting their side, but again, up to defense gets the ball again. So I certainly agree with going for it, and that's probably too far for a kick, and punt doesn't do you any good, so might as well try to get it, and they've had some success with that play, but well read by Bellarmine. South again playing way off Bellarmine receivers. Pass play coming, and he's 10 yards off the receiver when he catches it. So receiver picks up 6, but can't keep up 6-7 yards every time they throw the ball.
No,
And again, you go back to what you're saying about the coaches seeing things. The Bellarmine coaches have got to be seeing that. So I would be probably throwing something like that almost all day.
Run this time up the middle, and that's going to be enough for a first down. So you're always afraid of getting burnt deep, but if you're going to give up 7 yards to an easy pass play every time you throw the ball, you got to start putting some pressure in. So South does a great job reading that play, and that is number 31. That's J.J. Leota.
It's a loss of 5 yards right there.
Great job. It's going to bring up second. It looks like where they're marking it, it's about 16 yards. So
A loss of 6.
yep, great job by J.J. South was still moving on defense. Long ball. Thrown out. That's going to be a pickup of about 22 yards for Bellarmine, so that'll bring up a first down. There's a well-thrown ball, but a lot of space between the cornerback and the receiver again.
Am I reading that right, Mr. Pickard, for your stats there, that we have 9+ for 9 yards. That's it. 9 pass yards.
So Bellarmine tries to run up the middle for no gain. Good job by that defensive line. Again, that defensive line starting to pick up and hold Bellarmine on the run game.
However, we have 148 rushing yards to their 32 rush yards. And they have, Bellarmine has 103 passing yards.
Pass play coming. Oh, great job. Nice job by number 32, Jeffrey Williams, knocking that ball down, almost picking it off.
Yeah, you know, one thing that I'm really starting to see is that the Wolves are having a lot of success when they bring pressure. It doesn't seem like when those linebackers come in, the blockers are really picking them up and they're able to shoot gaps and get back and disrupt. So that's something I'd like to see them continue to do this game, is really get after them and not sit back.
Especially on something like a 3rd and 10. So here they come. Here come the Wolves. Oh, pass play. Misconnect on timing ball. So
We're a little bit fortunate there as DeAndre Davis for us slipped.
Yeah, but again, I think it goes back to that good pressure. I mean, South brought pressure that time, and it showed. It rushed the quarterback. They're throwing them off balance. They're not allowing those receivers to just go out to practice and play catch.
yeah, no, I agree with you, Greg, that pressure on the quarterback is certainly helping us here. So we get a punt. It's going to be short. Takes a South Kitsap pop, and it's going to be down to about the
23, I'm suggesting.
I was at 23 too, but it looks like you're going to give it 22-yard line.
That's generous by a yard, I'm saying.
Yeah, I completely agree on that one. We're fortunate that we're sitting right across from where the ball hit, so we had a real good view of that one, but probably better than the officials. But, I don't think 1 yard is going to matter. If we go down and score, we're going to go down and score.
So Pickard's now calling the long ball.
Again, here's a run blitz by Bellarmine, and we gain about 2 yards. To be perfectly honest with you, we almost could have gone right back to that reverse, and I think it would have worked again.
2 yards for Davis, Chase, Chandler, with the tackle. 2nd down, 8.
Just want to give a shout out to Travis out there in Texas for supporting South Kitsap High School. Thank you very much, Travis.
So we got 3rd down and long 8, short 9. So we got to get all the way up to the 32-yard line for the 1st down. So we're up to at least 1 viewer. Hey, pass play for South. Long ball thrown right, kind of up in the middle. That was triple coverage, so I'm.
Hey, Phil, I'm not saying there's any correlation, but the one game when you were out of the country, we were told that there was over 1,000 hits on YouTube listening to Lee and I. Not saying there's any correlation there, big guy, but we did note that.
That was me. I just didn't have good reception, so I had to keep linking on.
All satellites in Africa were linking up together.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you get up at 3 a.m. and watch the game. So nice punt by South. Return the ball. Oh, and a good hit. Stopped him. Oh, I disagree with this.
I completely disagree with that. That's just ridiculous throwing the flag there. I didn't see any fair catch called.
I didn't see the fair catch called. He didn't lead with his helmet. The player was sliding down.
Can we get a replay on that?
And we'll see what this. We'll see what they call this. You're calling it a hit to the head.
And, you know, I'm not disputing that it wasn't a hit to the head. However, when the tackle was being made, the runner was falling. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
You know, and it wasn't like he led with his head or his shoulder. It was, you know, his arm is what came across his head. You know, it's a safety rule, and I agree with these safety rules. Keep these student athletes.
I understand what you're
You
saying,
understand, but
he's a runner.
I think that one is that one's a tough one. So let's see if our defense can stand up and keep Bellarmine at bay again. So, run play up the left side. You're going to gain about 6 yards, 5 yards.
I'd certainly like to see them make some sort of adjustment at halftime because they are running the ball, I would say 90% up towards the left side.
Yeah, definitely favoring that side big time. And like I said, maybe bring your linebacker up closer on that side and fill the gaps faster. Again, up the left-hand side and gain, 6-7 yards, so that'll bring a first down. And ball just inside the 25 if South gets that.
That's a first down. Again, Leota with the tackle. Number 25, first and 10.
Fast play coming up. And South, he's got to wrap him. No,
He was out of bounds. That's a good call by the referee there.
Yeah, South had a chance to get the quarterback, get him down, hit him, but quarterback's a big kid. Bounced off the shot. And again, we need to do a little bit better job wrapping up. Would have had sack there. But 2nd and 10, again, pressure's getting up there, and I think we got to keep going there. Keep this quarterback under pressure. Again, up that left side for 4 yards this time.
We're looking here, 3rd and long 6.
Yep, from about the 21, so they got to get just inside the 15-yard line. Got about 3 minutes left in this half, so hopefully South can stop them here and plenty of time to go down and score. Pass play coming up. Long ball coming. And it's incomplete. Good job, nice coverage by, I think it was number 14.
That did go through the hands of number 13, Christian Brown for Bellarmine.
So it was Soto on the coverage. Brings up 4th down. So 4th and a long 6 yards. Looks like Bellarmine's going to go for a field goal attempt. So this will be
38 yards?
38 yards. With the quarterback holding, so South has to be a little bit careful. Here's the kick.
Just wide.
No good.
Certainly had the distance.
So great job by the defense. South hanging in, 2:37 left. With the ball on the 21-yard line. Plenty of time for South to go down and get some more points. They can even, South does not have to really hurry up. Their normal speed of offense would do it. So first is a pass play out to Isaiah Davis. Complete. Gains about 8 yards. I'm sorry, Isaiah Bird with the reception. And South is getting back to their normal speed right now, which is a pretty quick pace. Second down 2 for South Kitsap. Pitch out to, this is now Isaiah Davis. He makes a cut back in, gets the first down and then some. Gain of about 8 yards on that play. First down, South Kitsap. Ball is now at the 37-yard line.
We got to be a little bit quicker because we're not making any substitutions, and I think that's what Coach Krolick's idea is here now, is that he isn't giving any chance for Bellarmine to make a substitution.
Yep, pass play coming up. Nice out to
It's young Ogan.
Mr. Ogan, and that's a gain of 11 yards. So another South gets that first down. Ball at the 48-yard line.
Thankfully, Quinn Ogan gets all of his athletic abilities from his mother.
Wolves ready again. Ball's ready for, as soon as it's ready for play, they're ready to snap it. So this is the offense we're used to from South Kitsap. Oh, we got, I don't know how nobody in Bellarmine jumped over. They certainly looked like they were coming over.
Well, by the rules I understand, that's simulating.
So another quick out to the left side. Ball's out about the 50-yard line. And stoppage of play. Timeout, South Kitsap.
So while South Kitsap's in their timeout, I think you'll notice that October month is obviously Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we have a lot of people out in pink today. And on Monday, October 17th, the SK Volleyball Pink Out game, you'll have your JV and C teams at 5:45 and your varsity at 7:15 versus Bellarmine. We're encouraging everyone to come out and see the game and wear pink in a continuing effort to support breast cancer awareness that month and every month.
So South moving the ball. They've got it right about the 50-yard line now, and come on down and get some points on the board, and we'll all be good. So both teams out of timeout. Another pass play, kind of quarterback option. He just keeps it, gets it 50. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
I think shows he's got to be looking downfield. He had a couple of receivers that were actually open there. He's got to, because I know he's just come back off of injury, but a couple of better decisions there, and he's probably got that ball another 15 yards down the field.
So South taking a lot of time to get this play in, get ball off.
We've got a minute and 15 to go in the second quarter.
And we have an official timeout. So clock's wound again. Quarterback keeper up the middle. And he's right at the first down marker. They're going to call it 4th down, so.
7 yards on the play. Aaron and Scarino in on the tackle, and it's 4th and 1.
4th and 1 for South. Brings down up. South's going to get it. So timeout on the field to move the chains. They're at the 40-yard line. 43 seconds left.
And that's a first down for the Wolves.
So what do you think, Phil? Greg, take a couple of shots downfield, or you continue to run it?
I think you keep going with what you got going right now. I mean, this is about 6 more plays. Well, there's a shot downfield, and he's wide open. Now it worked. It's touchdown, South Kitsap.
I think you should throw it deep.
That's why I was asking the question, because that's exactly what I would have done.
So nicely thrown ball by the quarterback. So 30 seconds left in the half. South Kitsap lining up for the extra point.
Chase Peterson in
That was a nicely thrown ball by COC.
Tough on the snap. Picks it up. So South will not get the extra point, but it's 20-17 South Kitsap with 30 seconds left.
It would be nice to go in with this 20-17 lead, not to give up anything in these last 30 seconds.
Yeah, I agree, and I think though we got to be careful because Bellarmine's sitting there with 3 timeouts.
So here's a replay of that touchdown. Just a nicely thrown ball. And Isaiah Bird fairly well open, got behind the cornerback and safety.
I don't know if you noticed there, Phil. I think COC did a great job. He looked left, and then he went back to his right and threw it right down where nobody else was getting that ball but Bird himself. And again, it's probably, it's like Greg was saying earlier as well, winning the line of scrimmage there, protecting your quarterback, and giving him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
It's certainly something that we're seeing turn around right now. At the start of this game, South Kitsap was not winning the line of scrimmage. They were certainly losing it. And about a little bit into the second quarter, they started to win the line of scrimmage. Started, I think, on the defensive side and carried on over to the offense. So
It's just consistency is what I'm seeing, gentlemen. I mean, they 1 out of 4 plays they do well, or 2 out of 5 plays they do well, and they just need to be better at that.
So here's the kickoff.
I think we're far offsides there.
That is usually on the kicker because the timing somehow gets messed up, and that or we called timeout.
Oh.
It looks like South is taking a 5-yard penalty. They were going to squib kick it. That much is evident, and sometimes those kickers are a little bit slower getting to the ball when that happens.
He thinks he can go back to the 40 there.
Hey, I give the kicker some credit for trying.
Yes.
But, yeah. So now I don't think it's a shock. I'd kick it deep because I think everybody's up. So another squib kick. Oh, right to Bellarmine.
I think that was number 40 for Bellarmine, Christian Walker. Yeah, that's well handled, really.
Yeah, and he gained about 5 yards. Bellarmine's actually going to have real good field position at the 43, 44-yard line.
Yeah, with 3 timeouts too, they could really do something here. I'd like to see South. They can't give them space. I think that's what we saw early in the first quarter, leading to a couple of Bellarmine scores. And 30 seconds, the way Bellarmine's been running the offense, putting it down the field is a lot of time.
And Christian Brown's their guy, number 13. I can see them going to him.
Unfortunately, South is starting.
He stripped it.
Good job.
That is a fumble.
And South has the ball at the 39-yard line.
And I got to say, 15 seconds to go. You've got to take a shot downfield.
And we have at least a timeout left. So, I believe we got that 1 timeout, 2 timeouts.
Yeah, we still got
You've got the 2 referees there having a conversation about it. And I think, at the end of the day, the White Hats already made the decision. It's first down, South Kitsap.
That was a great job. So there's timeout on the field, I think, by Bellarmine.
I think you got to play deep as Bellarmine. You just got to, you don't want to get beat over the top. And they're probably going to be worried about Isaiah and his speed.
For sure. I'd say line them up deep into the outside, and that way you hopefully can trust your defense to wrap up anything that comes across the middle.
And if I'm South, I'm looking up the middle. You have 2 timeouts. No sense in going into the halftime with them.
Even if you take a shot at getting a field goal.
Yeah, there's only right about 16 seconds left in the half. This is kind of see South winning the turnover game for a change. I believe we've had 1 interception, but we've gotten 2 fumble recoveries. So. Student body's excited about the score right now.
Yes, I think I heard someone yell quite loudly, "We're winning."
So here comes the first pass play. It's up the middle to Bellarmine. I'm not.
Looked like it was picked off there.
It was certainly picked off. There wasn't a South Kitsap wide receiver anywhere in the vicinity, so I got to imagine that was just miscommunication on the part of quarterback and wide receivers.
Yeah, you know, it's too bad because that really is a huge opportunity. Going in 2 timeouts, could be up big. It looks like there's a penalty on the play.
Yes, I think that's going to be declined, right, Greg?
Well, if it's a false start, it's before the whistle, is it not?
It would be, and it'd be a dead ball.
But
Let's see what the call is.
It's an illegal motion.
Illegal motion. So.
That's too bad. You know, I saw the wave of the hands, and it was calling a false start. That's a dead ball foul. So
I think he probably was going to call that, but then all of a sudden it was one of those, I better change the call so I don't get into trouble.
That looked like it was kind of a timing play going for Isaiah Bird. Somehow, miscommunication. That's happens. Bellarmine takes a knee to let the time expire. So at halftime, it's South Kitsap 20, Bellarmine Lions 17.
So, gentlemen, I mean, quick recap. I gotta say, I think we did really well there. We started off a little slow, but going in at halftime with a 20-17 lead, they got to be happy with that. Although they had an opportunity there, they can't let that affect them.
absolutely, you know, we're winning the turnover battle now, and the line of scrimmage is coming together on both sides, offense and defense. I think we got to keep the pressure on. Then we have a ball game.
Yeah, South has done well in some of these second halves, and then they've also had some issues in the second half. So it'll be interesting to see which team comes out, and hopefully we come on out and play hard and take it to them.
Completely. We've cut down our penalties by quite a bit in that second quarter after kind of a shaky first quarter. But that's made all the difference, I think.
So when we come back from halftime, we'll go ahead. We'll give you some stats. But in the meantime, you're going to have some nice performances by our South Kitsap High School band under the direction of Gary Grams. And we'll see you at after halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, the South Kitsap High School Marching Band, under the direction of Gary Grams, presents tonight's halftime show. Tonight's halftime show is under the direction of Senior Drum Major Matthew Martin, Junior Drum Major Katie Burkhalter, and Field Marshal Gary Estes. Tonight they will be performing their complete show Uprising. First is Viva La Vida by Coldplay, arranged by Tom Wallace. Second, Uprising by Muse, arranged by Tom Wallace. And third, The Phoenix by Fall Out Boy, arranged by Tom Wallace. Featuring the South Kitsap High School dance team. welcome the South Kids Up Wolfpack dance team and Cambos. The coach is Linnell Vandenboss.
South Kitsap High School sports has had much success in the Narrows League over the years, and now they have the opportunity to have success in a new sports league, SPSL, or South Puget Sound League. The first to get a feel of the new league is our fall athletes.
It's a lot tougher than the Narrows League used to be because a lot of the games you could have a few easy games and they would be givens, but in this league you have to battle for every single win.
Alright, so with the new league I feel like we're traveling farther, longer bus rides, more team bonding, and then with the teams I feel as though it's going to be a lot better competition, so it gets ready for postseason when we have to play everybody.
Last year in the Narrows League, each team only had a varsity team, but this year they have all JV teams. So this year we need to recruit a lot of girls and get them ready for next year.
The new league has been a lot harder than the first league. The time standards for swimming specifically have been a little harder.
The new league is really challenging. It's definitely one of the best leagues in the state for football. Compared to last year's league. This year's league is a lot more challenging, but it gives us better competition, and if you go to playoffs, you get a better seed there. So I think it's sick.
The SPSL league seems to be a lot tougher, and also we've never played these teams before, so we don't know how they play or how they'll react to certain things.
With every sport being different and challenging in their own ways, our athletes are excited for their competition and are planning to succeed.
There's a lot better players and a lot better teams, so overall we have to work harder to win.
With the new league, we've encountered a higher level of competition, so we're having to work harder.
This year is definitely tougher and more advanced than our past Narrows League, but anyone is capable of success. Determination is key.
For water polo, it's not super different because we're facing all the same teams we did last year, but we're still just trying to win some more games and get better as a team.
The new league is really great. I'm really excited for the competition, and the different size schools is going to be really exciting to see how the year goes.
Everyone has high hopes for the rest of the season, and these athletes continue to work hard to ensure success in the new league.
So, Logan, how you doing?
Terrible.
Care to elaborate?
Well, we're seniors this year, right? And since we're seniors, we're going to college next year. And my parents just told me that they're not going to be able to help me pay for college as much as they thought they would.
I see. Well, have you looked into how much money you can get from filing your FAFSA?
How is asthma going to help me pay for college?
Not asthma, FAFSA. You don't watch WTV much, do you?
This is one of those all too common scenarios when you're in your senior year and you have no idea how you're going to pay for college, which can cost anywhere from $9,000 to $24,000 a year. So you resort to student loans, which aren't necessarily a bad thing, but you can get stuck in a rut trying to pay them off for many years to come. That's where your FAFSA comes in by getting your FSA ID. You can file your FAFSA and qualify for federal grants or work-study funds that offer thousands of dollars every year.
Come on, let's go talk to Mr. Ryko in the Career Center.
Hello students of SK. You might be wondering, how can I become more involved in school? Well, the answer is here, clubs. Colleges want to see you more involved, and kids in clubs usually have better grades. There's a club for everyone at SK.
I joined Photo Club because it gives me an excuse to hang out with my friends, and also I get to take pictures.
I like fashion, so I decided to join Fashion Club.
Photo Club is such a great club. It is an art that anyone can do, and they provide cool cameras. And here I am with the famous Patrick, who was last year's president.
Dungeons & Dragons Club is really great because you get a lot more choice than you would in a normal video game. For example, you go to help a villager in a normal video game, you have the choice to either help them run away or shout at them. In Dungeons & Dragons Club, you're also allowed to pull out your knife and go, "Oh wait, come on, give me all your money." which is, refreshing.
I'm a part of FFA, and what we do is we raise animal for money for college or whatever else you want to buy.
Find out what club you want to join on page 9 of your planner.
Oh, hey there, South. I'd like to talk to you about a hot topic issue that's caused some debate around town and online: crowded hallways. Now, it's true that we have a lot of people here at South, but if we follow a few tips, we can keep the hallways clear and flowing. Tip number 1, keep moving. The people around you usually don't appreciate it when you lollygag, wander aimlessly, or block the hallways with your friends who are in absolutely no hurry whatsoever to get to class. Keep the hallways flowing. Keep a good pace. Tip number 2, don't stop in the middle of the hallway, like ever. If you want to talk to your friends or ponder life or whatever you want to do, don't do it in the middle of the hallway. Go somewhere where you won't get trampled. Tip number 3, don't sit on the stairs. The stairs may look kind of like chairs, but actually they're the worst place in the school to sit down.
Not only are you likely to cause a jam, but you're putting yourself and the people around you at risk. See this? This is not fun.
If you'd rather not deal with crowds at all, here are some pro tips to avoiding the chaos. Hallways are most crowded right at the beginning of passing, so waiting a few minutes for things to clear out can get you to class with less hassle. Also, the main hallways are always the most busy, so sometimes taking the scenic route through back hallways and stairways will actually get you to class faster. We have to deal with crowds all the time in the world we live in today, whether it's here at South, at a sporting event, in an airport, or anywhere in New York. Being considerate and aware of the people around us is key to helping everyone get to where they're going. Gotta get to class.
Welcome back, everyone. We're just about ready for the second half kickoff in about 2 minutes, 40 seconds. And I'm Lee Ladeau, and with me in the booth tonight is Brian Pickard, Phil Nenninger, and Greg Pickard. Gentlemen, we're winning, which is a nice thing to say. We haven't said that very much at halftime this year. So if we can do some of the things that we were doing in that last quarter, who's to say we can't walk out victors here tonight?
You know, it's just been a great game by the line. Both sides of the ball, they've started dominating the second quarter, and that really showed. They didn't have Bellarmine's passing game. We were able to put pressure on the quarterback. We were able to stuff the run, and South Kitsap is the defense was able to turn the ball over on downs a couple of times.
I agree, and very easily we could be up on their 7, pending that last interception with about 30 seconds left in that second quarter. I think if we keep playing and win the turnover battle, that's a good sign. We were able to get pressure. That's forcing him to rush a little bit, and I'm excited to see what coach got dialed up for the second half as far as adjustments.
I personally like to see him bring the corners up a little bit. I think that was where Bellarmine was having success. They were able to get off passes underneath our quarters. Our corners just too far off the ball. The ball would be getting caught, and they'd still be 10 yards behind. If we can press the corners a little bit, I think that would help our defense. And we started to do that when Bellarmine got inside our 20. I think we need to do a little bit more on that.
As you can see, the points for Bellarmine average-wise were 37.4 this year, and ours is 35. So going by that alone, it's, I guess on paper you're saying it's going to be a close game. It's one of those Vegas, you're going to win by 3. It's a field goal. So I think we could win by more than 3. But you know what? If winning by 3 is all we get, I'm just happy to get the W.
Absolutely, we'll take it. I know these boys are really excited to get that first W on the board this week, and I know us former alumni are too. We're watching closely and paying attention, and there's more of us out there than you think, and I think all eyes are on this program to see what coaches can do in season number 2.
So South Kitsap will kick off to start the second half and give our defense a chance. I know Coach Gralick likes to go onside. You guys think that might happen here, or do you think it's going to go deep?
I'm going to say he's going deep. The defense isn't playing too bad, so I don't know why you would go onside right now.
So it is deep. The ball does get all the way to the end zone, so Bellarmine will start with the ball. On touchback, they'll start at the 20-yard line.
I think that really was good for Bellarmine, because I think he's going to get drilled, as soon as he picks that ball up, if it doesn't go into the end zone.
I think so, too. The ball was kind of sitting around there bouncing near that end line, and, that was going in South's favor. So Bellarmine starts 1st and 10 at the 20, and we'll see how they figure to start. Quick pass play coming for Bellarmine. It's an underneath pass. Up to calling him out of bounds.
Well, that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. The runner kept going right at the edge of the sideline.
Yeah, I don't think either player heard the whistle. If they're getting together to say, you know what, there should be no flag on this play, then great. I think a little bit of common sense has to be shown here.
No, they're going to call a personal foul against.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's poor officiating right there.
So when you have a player running down the sideline and he steps back in bounds and keeps on running, I think you have to take that into account when somebody hits him late. But it's a 15-yard penalty against South, and I bring the ball up to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, another big one. Those penalties crept up us in the first quarter, and so you'd hate to see that start to play a factor here as well.
Run off the left-hand side for about 2 yards.
I don't even think he was hitting him late. I just think he didn't let go. And like you said, Phil, the runner kept going. Give you some quick stats right here. Right now for SK, we have for a total of, on our rush yards, we have 168 rush yards to Bellarmine's 49. And our pass yards are 71 compared to their 103. So we have a total of 239 on the ground and in the air, while they have 152. I got to say, good job by our stat people there, Greg and Brian Pickard.
South continues to play off. That's about a 19-yard gain through another underneath pass. So I think that's an adjustment we have to make is, receivers going deep, the slots cutting underneath, and gaining 15 yards of play. Run off the left-hand side again. Nice haul. Bellarmine picks up about 8 yards.
And right now, I got to say, we haven't looked to have solved that problem yet.
No, we certainly haven't. And I think South's got 8 in the box right now. You'd think they'd be able to shut down the run a little bit better with that 4-4 front because one of the reasons why they're playing off is that they have a no over-the-top help in a lot of cases. And so what adjustments you can make with the 4-4.
There you go. That's better, just like you're calling it. Unfortunately, still got a first down.
Would I think would benefit them more and get those linebackers out to the outside where those passes are being caught.
So we have first down and 10 for Bellarmine at the South Kitsap 24-yard line. And see, this is where our defense stood up last time. Let's see if they can do it again. Pass play coming out. Another underneath pass. Gets overrun by South Kitsap, and receiver cuts back in and gains about 16, 17 yards down to South Kitsap 6, and unfortunately he's injured on the tackle.
Hopefully he's all right, but during the play you can see that our guys over pursued on that. I think it's about the second time, third time that's happened. Just got to be disciplined to make those open field tackles.
Yeah, it just comes down to basics, breaking down. If you don't make the tackle, you slow them up. But one step and cutting inside and gaining 20 yards is not going to do it.
No, certainly not. Once they break through that first, second level, they don't have 2 safeties, and their one safety, as we noted, is bailing deep.
So that's number 80. Looks like Jason Luna, and he's walking off the field. So glad we can see that. Hopefully, it's just like the wind knocked out. Doesn't look like it's a leg injury or anything. So hopefully, we can see him back. Nobody wants to see one of these student athletes get injured. So in the meantime, it's going to be first and goal from the 6-yard line.
I think you got to bring pressure right here.
Yeah, I think you bring the house every play. It's kind of what they did last time, and it worked. So here's a run. South gets that stuff for about a 1-yard gain. So I'll bring up second and goal from the 5.
The way they have 13 split out so wide for Bellarmine, it does surprise me that he just doesn't make a quick step to the right, cut in to the left, and they just throw him the ball.
So Bellarmine, another run play. Oof, up the left, and he's in for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was Matthew Money, and he was money on that drive right there.
So Bellarmine's able to take this opening drive and score, get a touchdown. Going for 1, looks like. And we'll see if they get the extra point. Right now it's a 3-point game.
And they scored that in less than, or just over 2 minutes.
So they get the extra point, and it's 24-20 Bellarmine, 9:52 left.
Any particular changes you'd like to see made on offense so far for the second half for the Wolves?
For the offense is able to go down and score. I think that's, these short passes and then the occasional long one was great. I think, if anything, I'd maybe do a little bit more in the counter. Looks like Bellarmine is in the habit of over pursuing a play, so something misdirection might work again. We saw it on the reverse to Isaiah Bird, and maybe a reverse usually only works once a game, but something similar where you get them moving one way and come on back the other with something.
Yeah, certainly. I thought South really stepped up when they picked up the tempo a little bit too. I think it kept Bellarmine in that base safe defense and didn't allow them to do whole much, and that's when they started taking over the front.
Yeah, in order to do that, South has to limit their substitutions, which they did.
We have 12 men on the field here for Bellarmine.
Well, that would explain why they're able to cover these kicks so well.
And I can't believe that they don't see it.
Now we'll see if we get a flag on the, 13 just stepped off. So now they're down to 11. And that's going to go into the end zone. So South Kitsap will start on 20.
Just want to give you a couple more dates here for some soccer matches we have on next Tuesday. We have girls soccer varsity. They're at Puyallup playing at Sparks Stadium at 3:15 p.m. And SK volleyball is playing Curtis, and we're at home here.
So South will start 1st and 10 from their 20. Quick pass out to Bird, timing route. It looks to me like that's the kind of when a receiver has to turn a little bit quicker and get there. Maybe that their timing, because the quarterback's just coming back, isn't quite where it should be, but quarterback released before you made the cut, so. Whistle for some reason. Must have been an errant whistle. That's Isaiah Davis with the carry, bring the ball up for about 8 yards. So brings the third down and 2. So 3rd and 2 from the 28. And the backs huddle up. Quarterback keeps it, goes around the right side, gets more up to the 43-yard line. I think South has to be a little bit careful. It almost looks like they had an extra person in the backfield, but they got away with it if they did.
The only thing that scared me there, Phil, is Siosi's carrying that ball one-handed like it's a lunch pail, and he's got to hold on to that with 2 hands.
So we're from the 43. South is moving the ball again. Little toss out. Isaiah Davis kind of slips as he's trying to make a cut at the 40. So it'll be a loss of 3 yards. No, I agree with you with how he's holding the ball there, Lee. It's one good hit, and that ball's coming out. So 2nd down, 13 for South. Whoop. Great job by the back to just hang on to the ball. Gains 3 yards, but that ball is bouncing around there, and that could have been disaster for South.
Yeah, almost back to the original, but we're 3rd and 11 now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Coach has called up for this one.
I suppose this is an obvious passing down, but
yeah, like I said, those reverses usually only work once in a game, and
you got to say that's a great tackle by number 52, Josh Hannigan.
Yep, did a good job staying home, and South will lose about 10 yards on that play.
Yeah, I bet Bellarmine's coach talked a little bit about that first reverse in the locker room.
Josh was not fooled one little bit there by Bellarmine.
So that'll bring out the punting unit for South Kitsap, punting from their 31-yard line. Ooh, high snap. Punter gets it off, gets off his kick. Here's a fair catch. And again, good starting field position for Bellarmine at their 42-yard line, 43-yard line. So going to kind of put our defense to the test again right off the bat.
Certainly. Let's check out this corner depth, see where they're at, watch the high safety. But again, I think you got to get those linebackers out in the flat on those passing downs.
Yeah, you're looking at the slots coming on in underneath and basically just running off the corners, and the slots are getting the ball there. And here's another pass play. Again, corner playing about 5 yards back and behind him, so ball brought up through the middle, complete for about a 14-yard gain.
That's Christian Brown. I think he's going to be close to 100 yards so far in this game.
He's coming off the field a little wobbly.
Yes, he doesn't seem to know where he's at.
Kind of watch him at the sideline. Looks like he's getting some attention from the medical staff. One thing about this field is it is supposed to be player friendly, especially when it comes to concussions. But someone falls in you the right way, it still doesn't help you. So here's another run play off to the left side, Bellarmine's left side. Good job by South Kitsap penetrating. That's number 31 for South Kitsap. J.J. Leota, I believe.
And it looked like he anticipated that as well. He came up.
That's a loss of 1 on the play.
Again, they're coming over to the left, and we can close that down.
So South Kitsap coming with a blitz. Corners playing way off. I mean, you're just making it real easy to pitch and catch.
Speechless. I just don't understand why we're playing so far off.
I understand we only have a single safety, but you're just making it too easy. You have a quarterback who can throw the ball and receivers, nobody in the area.
I agree. It's interesting to watch their replay tent that South has set up as they're bringing their players over for a little film session mid-game, and it seems like that offense gets a lot more attention than the defense does. And I see a few defensive players trickle over there every once in a while, but it seems like the offensive unit is always over there, and only a few defensive players ever really get to see plays on the film.
I would agree with you.
So it's 2nd and 5, another pass play. Again, the cornerback off, one move, and Bellarmine's in the end zone. So that's a 20-yard touchdown for Bellarmine. And again, it's the same plays over and over. Corners playing, 10 yards off the receivers. One-on-one, the receiver just has one person beat once he catches it.
And I think that's the problem I'm having with this right now. You're playing 10 yards off, and you're just watching the ball go into the receiver's hand, and instead of making that jump as soon as the ball's being let go from the quarterback. If you're going to play that far off, then make that run and make that hit. And just like Mr. Pickard has just said, and when they do run up, they miss the tackle.
Yeah, they're not even they're overrunning the play. It comes down to really basics, breaking down on defense, getting in good position, and having the athletes on the defense to make these plays. So that brings the score 31-20 in favor of Bellarmine. It's pretty basic. We have to get the ball and move down and score to stay in this game.
Do you guys remember, so I'm playing with your sons, do you guys remember the term Black Tuesday?
I do remember Black Tuesday.
Yeah. For those who don't know, it was typically followed by a South Kitsap loss or one where we particularly played poorly on defense. And our coaching staff at the time, led by Segerson, was very quick to change that. I mean, we had tackling drill after tackling drill. That was such a huge focus of the program. And the defense focus seems to have shifted more to an offensive friendly scheme, but I worry here that it's lacking and showing on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, when you look at football from pee-wees up through professionals, it's the defenses that seem to keep you in the game, and when this is a very short kick, taking that to 35, buying up back.
That was just, to me, that was Bellarmine almost trying. It's like an onside kick, that.
It is. You just kind of pop it up and
Yes.
see what happens. And
if one of their guys could have got down there a little bit quicker, he might have had it in his own hands.
Well, what they need to remember is you can fair catch on the.
Yes, you sure can.
On the kickoff, and I remember that being tried before, and actually I can remember my son having a couple fair catches in one game because nobody wanted to kick it to Leon Ladeau. So South Kitsap quarterback run up about a yard, so it'll bring up 2nd and 9. But, you know, when you put so much energy and talent on the offense and the kids only play one way, I think it shows on the defensive side. And I'm sorry, but when you score 60 points in a game, you should be winning the game. There's no reason why you're not winning the game except when the other team puts up 77. That's unfortunate. But you know, the defense has stepped up a couple times this game, and we'll see what happens. And certainly the offense is able to move the ball, and we've got 3rd and 5 right now, so.
I think it's just frustrating for us as well. I mean, obviously more frustrating for the players and the coaches, but I'm frustrated for them. I know how hard they're working in the week. I know how hard Coach Kralik and his staff are working. And
they put in a lot of hours.
Yes, and you just want to see them get a win.
So we have an official timeout because there's a Bellarmine player down the field.
Coach Kralik every day at work somehow manages to smile.
So it looks like we're about to get some rain here in Port Orchard. If you look at the screen right now, it's starting to get a little drizzle on this field, but the yellow and orange is even heavier, so could be an interesting 4th quarter.
It is coming down heavier right now. It's a good thing they got that tent up for those television screens. I didn't know you were a weatherman as well, Phil.
Well, you know, it's easy when you have a good support staff, so that's a great job by our South Kitsap TV crew monitoring that and pointing that out. Meantime, we still have a Bellarmine player down the field. He's getting up.
It's way to read the Doppler, is what I would say.
And he's gingerly walking off the field. That's not good to see. Again, these are all student athletes. We don't want to see anybody get hurt in these games.
No, and that's Mason Lawrence right now.
So we're going to have 4th and 5, 4th and 4 for South Kitsap when we come back. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what they choose to do there on their own side of the field, up by the 50. And they're bringing out the offense. This can put a lot of pressure on your defense. So here's the, you saw a quick glimpse of the replay hut. South able to have their defense in there, making some adjustments with the defensive coaches. And we are going for it. Good try, but I believe Bellarmine is going to get the ball over and down to about 45. He's about 2 yards short. So kind of an interesting call when you're got 4th and 4 on your own side of the field, but you know, coach trying to do something. And
oh, I totally agree. I think at this point you got to be aggressive. You're down 11, and you're trying to keep the tempo and pressure on, and everyone would be praising it. You know, had it worked. It's just one of those situations that, in this case, we came up short.
Let's see. You know, look for these run. Okay, it's a pass play, going deep, and it's caught, and it's. Wow, it's in for a touchdown. Nicely thrown ball by.
And I got to say that really that wasn't bad coverage. That's just a ball well thrown in the right place.
Yeah, no, it actually was very good coverage. I was sitting there thinking it's the best coverage I've seen. It's a ball was coming into him, but just well thrown, and you just can't stop that.
That's number 11 as well. His name's Kofi Gosser, and we haven't really mentioned his name much. He didn't. If I remember rightly, he hasn't been catching the ball. It only went number 13 earlier. Christian Brown went out a couple of plays before. Did he start getting some of the balls in? He's got himself about 40 or 50 yards already.
You know what's cool, though, is that we get to see South's offense right back out, see how they respond after getting stopped. And what I really like seeing about this team is that they don't care. They feel like they can score on anyone. Their offense is high-powered, and they firmly believe that.
You know, and the South kids have been shown they can come on back. It's 38-20. We still got plenty of time left in the third quarter. Come on down, score, and make this two-possession game and go on from there. It's just a matter of putting together an offensive drive. And
certainly, and I know the win and loss column hasn't really reflected it, but this offense can score points. I mean, we are averaging, 35, 36 points a game? That's pretty good for a high school team.
And we've played some difficult teams in this SPSL, there's no doubt. And Bellarmine certainly is another. They may not be as high-powered as your Graham Kapowskins and Sumners, but as we all well know, Bellarmine Prep have been quite a powerhouse for quite a few years that we've known them.
And the rivalry extends way back.
Certainly does.
one of the things when you look at prep schools is it's a little bit, I'm not going to say unfair because that's not the right term I'm looking for, but they can actually recruit.
Fortunate on their part.
Yeah, the way the rules are, they're a prep school. They can go out and get kids from all over and to play, and I'm sure that helps. But it's coaching and it's execution too. So I think 21 was told to fair catch the ball, and
I didn't see him put his
I think he forgot to put the arm up and thought he had fair caught it.
I think the referee heard the coach yelling fair catch, catch, and the kid stood there.
I think he was saved.
Called it.
He could have been, I think, legally pummeled there, but good job by the officials realizing that's what they wanted to do. Hopefully they'll correct that for him when he gets to the sideline so he doesn't get hurt. But interesting play. So South gets up with a pass play out to number 81, that's Hogan. And that'll gain about 4 yards. And then
and I like it. I think South's getting into play quick. I think they're going back to that high power, high tempo mentality.
So another pass play coming. And again to Hogan, it's going to be a pass interference on Gig Harbor.
Bellarmine.
I'm sorry, Bellarmine. I'm still recovering from my flight from Africa, so.
That other rival.
So pass interference, that's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down for South gets that.
Right there's our first catch as well for this half, and then for 4 yards. And think about when we had 71 for the first half. We're probably a little bit slow right now getting started here with our passing game.
And here comes that rain.
Certainly is coming down now.
Yeah, it's a good time to be inside. So welcome to all of you on YouTube watching us. So 1st and 10, South Kitsap from their 49-yard line. Coach is changing the play right now.
Blitz looks like it's coming from that left side.
Well picked up. Quarterback's going to take off. He's going to gain about 7 yards, looks like. So nice call, nice read. They're going to give him 5 yards. So looking like he had a little bit more than that, but so it'll be 2nd down 5. Hand up the middle to Isaiah Davis. Cuts it through, takes it through, cuts to the right. Good balance. Nice run. Picks up about 11, 12 yards. That'll be a first down for South Kitsap at the Bellarmine 35-yard line. This is what South needs to do. Just go on down, score quickly, get the ball back, get defensive stop. Pass play coming up, going deep to Isaiah, and it's jointly caught.
But there is a flag on the play.
We'll see what the officials call it. They're saying Bellarmine's get the ball, even though wow, that's
They're waving it off. There was a flag thrown.
It looks like in the area of defensive holding. And the ball's coming back, so. Oh, wow. That was a sideline encroachment penalty.
Against South Kitsap?
No, against Bellarmine.
That's huge.
That's very fortunate right there.
And so that's a 5-yard penalty. And South Kitsap keeps the ball first down and 5.
Again, we've got ourselves out of jail a little bit there. Through a mistake on Bellarmine, we've got to take advantage of this.
Quarterback keeper, well read by Bellarmine. We're going to be dropped for a loss of about 3.
No, the ball was, he was already down. Bellarmine are trying to say they got a fumble. And the worrying thing about letting COC run all the time is he's just come back from an injury. And he's not looking too good right now.
So it's 2nd and 8 from the 33-yard line. You got to get down to 25 to get first down. Pass play. Oh. Receiver had it, and
that's a great defensive play by number 35 at Bellarmine. Lance Joseph just hung in there and he knocked the ball out.
So
looks like Ciosi's coming out. I'm not sure if he's injured, and Garrison Gliston's going back in.
Yeah, I do think COC is injured. Hopefully it's minor. Gliston certainly has had a lot of playing time this year, but and done well. So we'll see what. I don't think coaches are going to change much on the offensive side.
Let's just hope this adds a, respectfully to COC, because you want him to be okay and you want him to be able to get out there and play, but maybe this is another way of sparking the offense.
So it's 3rd and 8. And Gliston's going to keep it. Spins on up and gets up to the 30-yard line where it's going to be 4th down and about 5. So I don't think there's any doubt coach is going for it here. So they're getting the play in from the sideline. Pass play coming on up. Going deep. And it's a touchdown.
I believe that's Quinn Hogan. And you know what? Garrison did a great job there. He hung in, he saw that he was going to get hit. He moves out of the way and just sends it downfield.
Definitely an awesome job by the quarterback to wait for the receiver to open up.
That's a good job by Quinn Hogan as well, because I know a lot of receivers have said that when you have to wait for the ball to come down, they're actually some of the hardest ones to catch because you're thinking about it.
So South gets up going for the extra point here. Kind of a high snap.
It looks good.
But it's good. So 1:11 left in the third quarter, and it's 38-27.
We go back to what we said before now. If the defense can go ahead and hold, we know that our offense can score.
Yeah, 9 points, that's nothing for this offense. They have put up far more in far fewer time.
And my only thing is I'd like to see some adjustments on these corners. Either give them more safety help so they can play a little bit tighter, because otherwise all that's happening is they're getting run off deep, and it's either going to the receiver or it's going underneath to the slot back coming across the inside, and it's just we're kind of making it easy on the quarterback, and I think we can cover a little bit tighter. Our pressure's getting there and make it a little bit tougher.
So what do you do now, gentlemen, if COC is okay to go back in and Garrison has just thrown a touchdown? Do you, is it a change of pace, momentum, or anything for SK? And you say you keep Garrison in there just to see how the next drive goes when we get the ball back?
I'm not sure. It's one of those tough coaching decisions. I think your starter's your starter. He's there for a reason. Nice tackle by South Kitsap. Way to converge on the ball. So special teams doing their job there, not allowing a big return.
Yeah, on that, to answer your question, Lee, I think both of them are great athletes, and so I think one of them was that receiver tonight, correct?
Garrison also has played receiver, yes.
See, I like that because that's getting your best athletes on the field. And if he is good to go, then I don't see why not that trend shouldn't continue.
So we're getting a lot of rain here, but not a lot of wind yet. So Bellarmine starts out, run up the right side. And that's going to be, looks like enough for a first down. So Bellarmine will have 1st and 10 at the 32.
Just under a minute to go in this third quarter as well. So we're going to have to stop them because time is not on our side. I know we're only 11 points down. You can see Coach Krolick down there certainly explaining something.
So here's that run off tackle to the left-hand side, going for about 5 yards. So looks like 2nd down and a long 4, short 5 yards. We need to stop that run. That may have been the last play of the third quarter. There's about 10 seconds left, and they haven't broken the huddle. So I think that will be the last play of the third quarter.
Yeah, and you got to say, at the end of the day, Bellarmine are in the driver's seat, so why should they rush it, really?
Certainly Bellarmine would like to sneak out of here with the win. But the Wolves are here to play tonight. They're doing a good job. So it is in the third quarter. It's 38-27. Bellarmine Lions are leading. Come back, it'll be a 2nd down, 4 to go from the 38-yard line. So what do you guys think we need to do in defense? We were winning the line of scrimmage. I think we may have lost a little bit of that.
I think it's nothing that we haven't said earlier, Phil. They're running the ball off to the left. We've really got to shut that down. And Greg has said it earlier, bring your safeties across. Bring them. If you've got 8 men, 9 men in the box, you should be able to stop that a lot sooner than 5 or 6 yards. And now, I was saying earlier, they were just throwing it to number 13, Christian Brown, but number 11 seems to be getting in on the act as well. So you got to be careful of both their receivers.
Yeah, and it's good to see Christian Brown back in the game. He took that hard hit earlier, and again, we don't want to see any student athlete get injured playing football here for either team. So it is another run up to right, off tackle right, and that's going to go for 7 yards, so that's going to be enough for a first down. So it's 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. I mean, this is kind of where you need the defense to stand up and stop them. We can't afford a long drive here. We need to come back and get 2 scores.
I can tell you who does believe that we can win is that student section right down there. They're getting pretty loud right now, rain and all.
Yeah, it's great to hear him being so psyched up. So here we are off to the left. And that's another 6-yard gain.
And if you're Bellarmine, what do you know, you're going to just run the ball now. They're getting good chunks of yardage when they're running it. The clock's winding down. Like I said, they're in control. They don't have to rush it.
Now you're going to start taking some time off this clock, and as long as you can run the ball at 6 yards a clip, there's no reason to do anything else, really.
That's better.
So
take a positive out of that.
Yep, that's about a 3-yard gain for Bellarmine, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 2. So here's a chance for defense again. Step up, no gain, tackle for a loss, and hopefully get the ball back. Bellarmine picks up 3, so that will be another first down. So they're now at the South Puget Sound 45. They're just kind of chipping away here, and it's really what we can't afford.
No, and like I said, the clock is just winding down. We're almost down to 10 minutes left. Like I said, I mean, I know that's still plenty of time to get back into the game, but when you don't have the ball, it's certainly difficult.
It's about 4.5 yards on that play, so being a second and a long 5-6 yards. So. And there's our South Puget Sound student by there, still into the game, obviously.
Just shows you a pretty good camaraderie throughout the school, and you got the student body that's still supporting your team and cheering them on to try and get their first win.
Stood up at the 40. You know, I think the officials have got to start being a little bit careful getting that whistle blown. Yes, he wasn't going down, but he starts going backwards. You can get, you get a pile like that, kid can get hurt. That's where a leg gets bent back or something, and I'd like to see the whistle blown once it starts going backwards, personally. So I'll bring up 3rd and 2, long 2 yards. So South again, the defense has an opportunity here. Bellarmine certainly taking their time to get the ball in, get the play in, get the ball up.
And this will bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Lions.
South needs to stop right here, and they get it. Excellent job. They're going to lose yards on this play.
Yeah, they've lost at least 3 yards, 4 yards. So looking at 4th and 6, 4th and 5.
Yeah, it looks like 4th and 5, so from where they marked it. And from Bellarmine, no, it looks like they're going to punt. So great job by defense getting this stop.
If Isaiah can get a hold of this and, maybe bring it back up to the 40, that'd be great. And we just had a false start. Or, sorry, yeah. Encroachment, sorry, offside. I think we're in trouble here.
And see what the call comes in.
Yeah, offside.
And that's enough for a first down.
And I think, we spoke about this earlier as well. Penalties have killed us in this game.
We have, and that's really too bad because we had the stop, and that is just, got to be more disciplined than that.
I think, and I can't be positive, I think we're looking anywhere between 75 and 85 yards of penalties.
So run off the left-hand side. And they'll lose about a yard, I think, on that play. Had a chance to lose a lot more. Another missed tackle. Kind of had him in the arms, but
and Bellarmine have done us a favor by going out of bounds there.
That's great stop the clock. There's about 7 minutes left, and it's an 11-point game. So, again, it's 2nd and 11. If we can stop them here, get the ball back, we have an opportunity. Run up the right side, cuts it back in across the middle. So he'll gain about 4 yards on that. So it'll bring up 3rd and 6. Another run off to the same left-hand side. We've had some success, and
they're about 2 or 3 yards short. No, half a yard.
And bring up 4th down.
Looks like a generous spot to me, but
so it looks like it's going to be about 4th and 1. No doubt they're going to go for it here. I mean, you're on the 26-yard line, so again, defense needs to kind of stand up and stop them here and get the ball back for the offense. No, pitch out to the right-hand side.
Gotta say, Phil, I do like the call, but we have, I think, a hold, which is going to call it back. I think number 15 for Bellarmine held.
Yeah, it's definitely a flag on play. It's going to be interesting where they do it because holding's from the spot of foul. You see how far downfield they felt that was. See if it's, results enough for a first down or not. And Bellarmine certainly thinks it's going to push him back a bit, so. I'm not real sure what the discussion is here with the captains. You have to take this penalty.
Yeah, I mean. Yes, we want the penalty. It's 4th and 11.
Nope, it's going to be, again, 4th and about 1, looks like.
Wow. Maybe I was just hoping.
So ironic the penalty happened right about 10 yards downfield, I guess. And so quarterback is going to take it right up the middle, and he's going to get the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Under 5.5 minutes left.
Probably got the quarterback listed at 185 pounds, 6'5". I mean, even from here, he looks bigger than 185 pounds.
We have another run up the left-hand side for about 8 yards. Yeah, no, he looks like a big boy, there's no doubt. So it's 2nd down from the 15-yard line. About 3 yards to go. Another run up to the left for 5 yards. It'll be 1st down at the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 10. It's 4:37 left.
And you know they're going to run it, Phil.
Run off the right for no gain. So good job on defense. At some point you have to start calling timeouts. I think coaches may have done it right there. So student body still into the game. South called timeout. We have 4:20 left. It's 38-27. We know the offense can score fast. We just need a defense to make a couple stops here. You know, obviously you hope for a stop on defense, go down, score, onside kick, and score again. So,
especially if you can actually hold Bellarmine to a field goal. Even then, you're only 14 points down. Like you say, if we can go and score and get the onside kick and do the same, then you know we could have a level game. Quarterback's looking to throw it, and it's intercepted.
Hopefully they count that in the end zone.
You know, again, like Greg was pointing out, there was some nice pressure on the quarterback. They almost got him, and then he almost fumbled it, and then he still got the ball away, and then we picked it off. So putting that pressure on that quarterback is key.
And it's almost like the quarterback's just thrown that up. You know, I'm a little bit surprised he did do that.
So exactly what South Kitsap needed. After a timeout, he's going to start with the ball at their 20.
Now, Phil, we go back to, again, score, get the onside kick, and score again. We could win this game.
Yep. And again, 4:10 is plenty of time for South Kitsap to get 2 scores when they go into their hurry up.
So it looks like Garrison is still in the game at quarterback.
So inside handoff to Isaiah Bird. Trying to use the speed, get on the outside.
I think at that point, though, Phil, you've got to get out of bounds. Time is of essence here, and you need to preserve some of that.
Yeah, I think South may want to call a timeout on that. You know, we've got a flag out there. Flags at the 25. We have holding against South Kitsap. So that'll make it 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line.
I don't have the exact number, but we're into the double digits in penalties against South Kitsap. You can't have that many penalties.
And they've been costly, you know. It's been on when they're punting, jumping off sides and giving them a first down.
Personal foul.
Personal foul penalties.
Not that I agreed with that one, but.
So South is, that's going to cost them about 6 yards from the original line of scrimmage. So 1st and 16 from the 14-yard line.
It's a direct snap.
I'm going to be reversing, throw back.
Nice catch.
Nice catch.
I like that play a whole lot.
I do as well.
Yep.
And I got to say, you know, Bird's done a great job there because it's in traffic and he has to go up there and get that.
Nice athletic catch. He just goes up and gets it, like you say, with defenders around. It was a nice ball, too. That was, it was a nice play.
It was a good throw by Glisson.
There's life still in these Wolves. I like to see it.
Another pass play coming up. Glisson going back to pass, throwing deep to Bird. Oh, nice defensive play. Isaiah had it in his hands, but defender was right there.
You know, I'm thinking Bird's got to be a little bit tired, but you got to get back out there, I think, right now. He's got the speed. He's got the corner beat, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think the corner can stay with him one-on-one.
I like the play call though on those two long passes. Just we got to get at them. We got to get points right now. I'm sure that rain's not helping, but you know, both teams got to play in the elements.
I'm not sure what this is. Looks like it's flag against South Kitsap.
Again.
So it must be a false start.
That was a dead ball foul, but.
Yeah.
Now we're on 2 and 15 here.
It looks like Isaiah's going to draw double coverage. He can still go right by him. I'm going to go to the other side instead.
There's a
There's
nice
a flag
ball
on the play. I don't know if that's pass interference or holding there.
So that ball was intended for number 13. That's Dashon Keel.
And the referees come again together again to sort this out and figure out who the penalty is on.
It's going to be pass. Oh, really? Pass interference against South is what they're calling.
I didn't see it, but
not that I'm going to question the referees, but where'd they come from? This is ridiculous because, again, I think we're up in the neighborhood of 13, 14 at least penalties against South, and where obviously the bulk of them are definitely the right call. I don't know where that one came from.
I don't either, and I know we don't always have we're not fortunate enough to always have replays, but it's if we could have one on something like that, just because I don't want to criticize that. Just like you said yourself, it's hard enough to get referees, but I didn't see any pass interference there. So we're looking at second and 25. Sorry, Phil.
I'm not sure where he's throwing that.
And I think it's an incomplete pass.
But there's no indication or whistle until late.
And Bellarmine has the ball, but I'm not sure what
It was an incomplete pass. I don't understand. Like Brian has just said,
it's incomplete pass is what they decide on. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 30 yards to go. So if anybody's got a couple of 15-yard plays in their playbook, now it's time to pull them out.
Here's my play. Throw deep to Bird.
I don't think Bird's in on this play right now.
No.
So you'd be looking at Deshaun.
And that ball came out quickly, but incomplete.
You know, it's 4th and long, but with only just over 3 minutes to go, there's no indication that the punter's coming onto the field. They've got to go for it here and go for it long.
Yep.
Bellarmine gets in their prevent. They're bringing their DBs.
And it says we have
way
2
back.
timeouts left. I thought we'd only had 1 timeout, but I actually thought that was their last one. Because if I'm not mistaken, they had to call a timeout when Bird was unable to get out of bounds. I thought that took them down to the last one.
Well, we'll take the extra one if we have it, so we could use it.
We can use some help, right?
Yep. So again, you have 4th down, 30 yards to go. You have to get down to the 40-yard line of Bellarmine for the 1st down. You know, my whole thing is I agree. Go back, put it up deep. Interception's not going to hurt you. You might as well look for a reception, pass interference, call something like that. So
now's the time for razzle dazzle.
But-
Double reverse pass with a pitch. Okay, maybe that's a little too much.
The one thing you want to do is make sure whatever you throw stays in bounds. You know. Because if you're throwing it out of bounds, you're not going to get a penalty call anyway. So here we go, 4th and 30. And Bellarmine's going to bring a bunch. Good job moving out.
And it's
And
picked off.
picked off.
Yes, by number 51, Luke Weller.
His
But that's-
eyes had to get big there on that one, didn't he? Big linebacker for Bellarmine.
It's like you said, though, Brian, they went to their prevent defense, played it deep. They knew it was coming.
He overthrew his receiver. He had him. He was the South receiver was open, was not deep enough to get the 1st down, but just overthrew it and picked off by Bellarmine.
But again, it's the right call. You know, in the situation, you got to do something. The punt's not
Completely
going to
agree.
help you.
You know, it's kind of heartbreaking. You know, with some of these games, you know, South has just been manhandled and blown out. They have not been blown out this game. They had a chance to win this game, and I know they're still, you know, just less than 3 minutes to go, but 11 points in less than 2 minutes, and Bellarmine's got the ball. I think this is a heartbreaking loss.
Certainly is.
And, you know, people always talking about moral victories. These boys just want to win. They don't care about
Moral victories are over, Phil.
You know, they want to go out, they want to win a game. And
You know, they have just run that, you know, I don't know what it is a dive play or whatever, but just to the right, to the left, to the right. They've had more success going left. But either way, they've just dominated. They pick up 4 or 5 yards, 6 yards a pop, and, you know, kind of reminds me of the Seahawks with Marshawn Lynch. You know, 5, 6 yards each play. That's a great way to control the ball game and win ball games.
yeah, and there's just 2 minutes left in this one. So
2 minutes left. So with that, we also have girls soccer next week versus Olympia. We're at home to them. That's a 7:30 kickoff.
what day is that?
That is Thursday, 10:13.
So it's that same play, just going off tackle to the right-hand side, and every once in a while they break one for 10 or 15 yards too. So You know, the only good thing about that one is he did go out of bounds.
You know, the body language down there, the Wolves, is a little bit down and stuff, but again, their heads are up and they're still playing tough, and we want to encourage these boys to keep at it and doing their best. What else can you do and things? It's disappointing, yes, but got to keep playing hard, and one of these days we're going to get a couple of breaks and we're going to win one of these things, because this is not a bad team. It's just these other teams are just good.
But this is a tough league. I mean, this is not the old Narrows League where, you know, you had one or two teams that were good.
Absolutely.
This is, you know, you have five or six tough teams in here, and we haven't, to be honest with you, we haven't played many of the weaker teams on the league on our schedule yet. Those are some of the games we have left coming up.
Well, speaking of that, Bill, and if they are indeed supposedly weaker teams, we will be playing next week Rogers at Rogers, Spark Stadium. That's 7 o'clock. And, you know, depending on what happens with Rogers tonight, they're playing Curtis, and both Rogers and Curtis are also winless. So one of them is going to have a win tonight.
We're calling him down before the end zone there. They're down at the 1 yard line.
You know, we've talked about, you know, some of those early games, Graham, Compausen, Puyallup, Sumner, all ranked in the top 10 in the state. I saw the Wolves were the victims to the Olympia Bears last week, and now they're receiving votes and just out of the top 10. So, you know, top ranked teams week in and week out, it's just that's a tough road to go.
Yep, and Bellarmine gets in for the touchdown there. With 32 seconds left.
Yeah, if we could get, if we could have some sort of update to see how Rogers and Curtis are actually doing against each other right now, that might be interesting. I mean, because I'm just looking at the records here, and Rogers, when they played Bellarmine, didn't even score a point. But when Curtis played Bellarmine, it was a 35-20 win for Curtis. For Bellarmine. So, I mean, looking at that on paper, you're saying that Curtis would probably win against Rogers tonight.
Yeah, but it's high school football, and anything can happen. So it's more fun a bit. Here's the extra point.
Kicks up. And it's good.
So we got ourselves a score for the South Kitsap Wolves of 27. The Bellarmine Lions 45 with 32.3 seconds left in the game.
So it'll be interesting to see if Bellarmine goes ahead and kicks deep or pooches it again.
I'm gonna guess a squib kick coming up here, boys. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I would go for. So we'll
get on the ground, get somebody to touch it, run some clock. You know, Bellarmine's thing is let's wrap this thing up and head to the locker room with the victory. Well, my message to the South Kitsap Wolves is keep working hard. Into the season has some real promise to pick up a couple of wins at least, and I think that would just be right what the doctor ordered for these guys. These guys, I know they're practicing tough. They're playing hard. They're just doing the best they can, and I hope nothing but the best for them the rest of the way. It's been a tough season.
And it has, and the coaching staff have worked so hard. They have not given up. Well, I can't say enough about the coaching staff. They're here all the time.
And a class group all the way around, kids and coaches. And go figure that goes hand in hand.
And, well, you know, it really shows because, I mean, these kids out here are still playing hard. They're, you know, they have not given up for sure. So that's going to be a returnable kick from the 20 for Isaiah Bird. Brings down up the middle. Takes to 35, so. And South will work with 23 seconds left from there. So pitch play out to the right-hand side. And I'll bring it up to the 42-yard line for South Kitsap.
Timeout, and I think that's their final timeout by South Kitsap. A couple of players are kind of going, why are we doing it?
So I have, just off my phone, I have 14-10 in the third quarter, Curtis leading Rogers.
And that would be my prediction going just by what we see on paper. But third quarter, and like you said, Phil, football's a strange game. Who's to say what's going to happen?
So I think those both teams South Kitsap can compete with, can get in there and pull off a couple of victories here at the end of the game, so that'll be fun to watch. Bellarmine in the prevent defense, two safeties back 30 yards. South is just going to run the ball up the middle. I'm not sure why we call timeout and then do that, but that'll be the last play of the game by the time it comes on up. So it's 45-27, and the game is over.
Yeah, gentlemen, you know, I personally, I just feel for the kids. I feel for the coaches. We've got some great support from our fans out there. I mean, it was pouring with rain. It's still pouring with rain, and they're just still out there supporting them. And, you know, I knowing Coach Kralik the way I do just from day in and day out working with the man, he's not going to give up on these boys, and he's going to continue to work hard and continue to encourage them to do as well as they possibly can. You know, and not just on the football field. He does it. His camaraderie with the kids, just in the comments and everything, is great. So, you know, like you say, Phil, game 27-45 certainly isn't the score we saw a couple weeks ago, Brian. So, obviously, some things have improved somewhere.
Well, and they were certainly in this game all the way through the third quarter. You know, they were competing.
Yes, there's no doubt. I mean, the wheels fell off a little bit, but I'm sure they'll go back to the drawing board and they'll work hard. So we want to thank you all for joining us for the South Kitsap High School boys football game. We'd also like to thank the students of the video production program here at South who made this television program possible. And again, the final score, South Kitsap Wolves 27 and the Bellarmine Lions 45. We'll be back with the next